Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 13 best trucks, in my opinion, for less than $10,000. I'm not a big truck guy, I want to make that abundantly clear, so there are definitely some that I missed, some that don't belong on this list, and I am not only open to, but encouraging truck guys to leave comments below and correct me on things that I'm wrong on, or just give me any recommendations, or other people I should say, recommendations on trucks for less than 10 grand. Because like I said, not the biggest truck guy, but you guys keep saying you want to see a truck video, so I decided we will do a truck video. Sorry, we might hear a couple of those because I'm recording in my sister's room. I got the window open because it's nice out for the first time all year. Literally, it's freaking May 26th and it's finally nice out today. It's driving me insane. Happy Memorial Day for anybody that served, obviously. Thank you. God bless you. Love you. But song of the day is called LA Love by Fergie. I know what you're thinking. This guy really just recommended a Fergie song to me in the Big 2-5. I sure did, and I'm going to recommend it again. It's called LA Love by Fergie. It is an absolute banger. Go give it a listen. But without further ado, let's get right into it with number 13 of the 13 best trucks for less than $10,000. And coming in at the wonderful number 13 spot is going to be going to the Chevy S10 second generation. The first gen S10 is also going to be found for under $10,000 as well, by the way. And those are also really cool trucks. As a matter of fact, I think this first gens look cooler, but I do believe the second gen is the better overall option for if you're for typical truck things. You know, usually people that are trying to buy a truck, they want something that can get the job done, be practical, be reliable, be a good daily driver, but also be kind of fun if you need it to. And I think the second gen is just a better overall option for that. The truck comes with a 4.3 liter V6 making 180 horsepower, and it is obviously a 4x4. That is going to be a recurring theme in this video because obviously a lot of trucks are 4x4s. Some two-stroke dirt bike just rode by my house. That sounded awesome. Now I want to go ride my dirt bike. But either way, yeah, it's a good truck. Hey, if you have a dirt bike, this truck could probably put it into bed. Coming in at 12th place, I don't have a two-stroke, by the way. I got a four-stroke. It's Yamaha YZ250F. Thing's a freaking funnest bike on planet Earth. It's 2015. Dude, that bike is awesome. Either way, coming in at 12th place is the Dodge Dakota second generation. Yet again, another second gen truck, because I do think the first gens are at that point where they're a little bit too old. They're not, you know, the ones that you're going to buy for less than 10 grand might have some problems, whereas the second gens are still in their depreciation curve. This truck comes with a 3.9 liter V6 making 245 horsepower, and it is a 4x4 as swell. Slight problem, another motorcycle just rode by and yeah, dude, my problem is I live on a main road, and it's directly like, it's like a super straight road too, and so people always fly by here. And on top of all of that, I live on the way to Lime Rock, so I always get loud cars, so I do apologize for that. But my buddy had a second gen Dakota for the longest time, and it was an absolute unit. The thing never gave him any problems whatsoever. Coming in at the number 11 spot, barely missing out on the wonderful top 10, is going to be going to the Chevy C10. I'm a Chevy boy at heart, for those who don't know. My dad has always kind of raised me to love Chevys. I'm not the biggest American car guy in general. I'm more of a Japanese car guy, obviously. But when it comes to the American cars, I do like the Chevys. And when it comes to the trucks, I do like the Chevys. And this is a 60s truck that you can still find for less than 10 grand. It is, in my opinion, awesome. The truck comes with a 5.7 liter V8 making 175 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive for once this is not a 4x4 truck. One of the only ones on this list that is not available as a 4x4, but I don't really think that's what you're looking for if you're buying a Chevy C10. The other two are like practical daily drivers, whereas the Chevy C10 is clearly more of like a build it up show truck style thing, because it is a 60s truck, man. It only has 175 horsepower. It really doesn't get the job done as well as any of these other trucks on the list do, but it's one of the coolest. And breaking its way into the top 10, even if I wasn't like raised to be a Chevy guy, I still think I would pick Chevy trucks over Ford trucks, because dude, I really am not the biggest fan of how this truck looks. It's the Ford F-150 11th generation. Almost every F-150 in my opinion does not look good. The F-250s, yeah, those look good. Those are nice looking trucks, but they're a little bit too expensive and out of our price range for today. There is one on this list, spoiler alert, but there is one F-250. But the F-150s, I never really cared for them. Either way, this truck does come with a 5.4 liter V8 making 195 horsepower, and it is 4x4. Finally, a like actual full-size truck. Like the C10, Dakota, and S10 are both like what I would classify as like mini trucks, even though it's not really what they are, but they're smaller trucks. They're not full-size trucks. This is a full-size truck. It'll get the job done more than the other trucks would, but it is, again, I don't really think they look that good. I'm gonna be honest, man. They're just not my personal cup of tea. But you know what I do think looks absolutely incredible? Coming in at number 9 is the Jeep Comanche. Yeah, I've I understand people nowadays, they hate Jeep. Everybody thinks that like modern Jeeps are trash, and I do kind of agree with that. I don't really mind them though. Like the new Jeep Wranglers, I'm like, whatever, they're fine, but I've heard they're unreliable. But the older ones, 90s, early 2000s Jeeps, dude, those things are freaking beauties. Those are icons. This truck comes with a 4-liter inline 6, making 190 horsepower, and it is a 4x4. It is quite literally an XJ Cherokee, but with a truck bed on the back of it. It is exactly the same, and the XJ Cherokee is an insane car. I recommended it on tons of my videos. The 4-liter straight 6s that came in these Jeeps are some of the most reliable straight engines of all time, in my opinion. Like, my dad has had one. Dude, it's been sitting out there for years. I guarantee we go out there, it'll start right up. Like, the trucks never, this engine just never dies, and it's a really cool looking vehicle too. Much better than the new Jeep Gladiator thing that they decided to come out with. Coming in at the number 8 spot is a truck that always confuses me with its generation numbers. So I hope I'm getting this right in terms of its generation numbers. But it is the Toyota Tacoma 2nd generation. Obviously, I am a JDM fan. I love the JDM vehicles. But dude, even my dad, who's a big American car fan, recommends buying a Tacoma as a truck nowadays, because they really are just the best of both worlds. The truck comes with a 4-liter V6, making 236 horsepower, and it is a 4x4. What I mean by it's the best of both worlds, well, it can do the vast majority of things that a full-size truck can do, like F-150s, 1500 Silverados, and 1500 Rams. It can do around most of the stuff. Obviously, you know, towing cars and stuff is going to be a little bit harder with a Tacoma than a Silverado, but it also has the incredible gas mileage and reliability of one of the smaller trucks as well. It really is the best of both worlds. The 2nd gen in this term is like anything from 2005 to, like, I would say like 2013. That's what I think of as a 2nd gen. But again, every time I look it up, it's like so weird, and they're always like, oh, it's a 3rd gen, no, it's a 2nd gen. It depends on like what you're looking at, so it could be either one. You'll see the video of what it is though. Coming in at 7th place, I told you it was going to be here, guys. I wouldn't lie to you. I would not lie to you. You guys can trust me, okay? This is a safe space. Coming in at the number 7 spot is the 2004 Ford F-250. I don't know the generation of this truck, so I'm just going to go with the exact year. Gosh darn it, because I saw one of these on Facebook Marketplace, and it was 2004, so I looked up 2004 Ford F-250. There's a couple under 10 grand. That's the one that we're going with. The truck comes with a 6-liter turbo diesel V8, making 325 horsepower, and it is a 4x4. Now, obviously, yes, the truck that you're going to get for under 10 grand, the F-250, the 6.0 F-250, is going to obviously have some rust and a lot more miles. Something like 200,000 miles is not odd to see for one of these trucks if they're sitting under 10 grand. However, keep in mind, this is a turbo diesel truck. These trucks last for 400,000 miles as long as you take good care of it. The only thing that was actually going to get you is the rust. And if you live in a southern area where rust isn't an issue, 250,000 miles is nothing on one of these trucks. So yes, it's a little bit sketchy. That's the reason why I'm not putting it higher, but it is the only full-size diesel truck on this list. Coming in at the number 6 spot is a truck that I've always wanted, but realistically, it's as far from it's as close to a truck as a Mini Cooper is. Like, the only reason why this thing is even considered a truck is because it has a bed on it. Everything else about it is just not truck material, but it's freaking baller. It's the Nissan D21 hard body. I freaking love these things. These things are absolutely awesome to me in every single way. The car, yeah, I said car, comes with a 2.4-liter inline 4, making 134 horsepower, lots of 4s, and it is rear-wheel drive. Again, almost everything there does not scream truck to me. Rear-wheel drive instead of 4x4, that's a big giveaway. 134 horsepower is not that much, especially for a truck. And an inline 4 in a vehicle like this is also not that much of a truck. This vehicle is so much not a truck that almost every modified version of a hard body that you see is lowered in like drift spec, not lifted like you see most trucks. So it's technically a truck because it has the bed on it, but this is like pretty much a car. I love it. Coming in at 5th place, however, I love just a little bit more. I want one of these. I really do. It's the Chevy Silverado 1500 2nd generation. Realistically speaking, I want every generation of the Chevy Silverado. I think Chevy has never missed with the Silverado. I think straight from the beginning, they have done great with them. The 2nd gen is, right now, I would say like the best one to buy, the best bang for your buck one to buy. The truck comes with a 4.8-liter V8, making 295 horsepower, and it is 4x4. It is around like the 2010 year. That's like when these trucks came out, around that time period. And so they're still relatively new, but they're at like the bottom of their depreciation curve. Like, nobody really wants them that much. Like, the 1st gen Silverados, the cat eyes and those things are starting to be wanted more, and so they're starting to go up in price, whereas these ones are still going down a little bit, and I really do think they're in a great area. I will say though, this is definitely my least favorite in terms of all the Silverados. Like, I don't really like how it looks that much. Coming in at 4th place is a truck that I love how it looks. However, I've heard some conflicting reports on it, so, you know, tread carefully when it comes to this one. You're on thin ice, mister, when it comes to this one. The Dodge Ram 1500 second generation. I love the second gen Ram's looks, and that's partly because I used to watch Monster Jam when I was a kid, and there was a game I played called Monster Jam Urban Assault, or no, it was Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, that's what it was called, and there was a bunch of Dodge Ram monster trucks in that game, and I thought they were really cool. But the truck comes with a 5.2 liter V8 making 230 horsepower, and it is a 4x4. It relatively sounds like it's good on paper. Like, these are early 2000s trucks making 230 horsepower. It's a full size truck, so that's good. Everything about it is good, and it does look cool. It's pretty much just like a bigger, cooler looking Dodge Dakota, realistically. But I have heard, again, conflicting reports about the transmissions in these. Now, I know the third gen Rams have horrible transmission issues. I know that is just like a, you know, just stay away from them, even though they're really cool. I really like the looks of the third gens, and I really want one. I wish they didn't have transmission issues, but they do. But I don't know if the second gens do. So again, tread carefully. Somebody will probably leave a comment below saying this guy's an idiot, don't buy a second gen Ram. You might want to listen to him. And coming in at third place, however, I don't care who is in the comment section down below saying this guy's an idiot, don't listen to him. You should listen to me, because this truck is just quite literally incredible in every single way. It is the Ford Ranger, obviously the first generation of the Ford Ranger. I'm not talking about the Australian one that they have now. That thing is not a Ford Ranger, gosh darn it. What is that? That is not a Ford Ranger. That is not what we know and love. You have butchered my boy. Either way, the Ford Ranger first gen, the one that we actually do like, well, technically first and second gen are pretty much the same thing, comes with a 4 liter V6 making 190 horsepower, and it is 4x4. It is, again, kind of like the Tacoma we were talking about earlier, a good combination of the two. It's obviously not as big as a full-size truck, but at the same time, it can get the job done. And on top of all of that, dude, this thing is reliable as hell. I have never heard a single person, and a single human being that has owned a Ford Ranger that said they didn't like owning the Ford Ranger. Not a single person. Every single person that's ever owned a Ford Ranger liked their Ford Ranger. Coming out of second place, however, is definitely my guilty pleasure pick of this list, because it's just, this is my personal bias coming in. It is the wonderful Chevy Silverado 1500 first generation. I don't care what anybody says, these trucks are freaking awesome. The ones right before the Cat Eye, but the Cat Eyes are also pretty good. They're the same thing pretty much. I just think they look a little bit worse than the pre-facelift. But this truck comes with a 5.3 liter V8 making 270 horsepower, and it is 4x4. It is a full-size truck, so obviously you do get all the benefits of having a full-size truck, but I freaking love these things. And partly because, I'm not going to be 100% honest here, this is a truck that I grew up with pretty much. My dad always had one of these. As a matter of fact, he still has one of these sitting in our driveway. It's a diesel. It's rotting out, though he never drives it, but he does have one. They're just so nostalgic to me, and I freaking love them. I want one so bad. They're really cheap also, and in a really good area right now. They are kind of rising in price a little bit, and they're kind of hard to find one with like no rust or low miles, but it can be done, and once you do, you have an incredible truck. And I know her firsthand because my dad has had them. My dad's an incredible mechanic. He knows what he's talking about, and he loves these trucks. So he has had diesels though, so keep that in mind. Maybe the gassers are a different story. However, coming in at first place, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to absolutely anybody here, because again, I am a JDM fan, and I do like the mini trucks. I think the smaller trucks are kind of more my speed personally. It is the Toyota Tacoma first generation. Here's the thing that I want to put out there. There's like 3 stages of truck life, right? There's like the mini trucks like these, the Tacomas, the Ford Rangers, the Nissan Hardbodies, the Dakotas, the Chevy S10s, where it's like, you just need a truck for the practicality and reliability of them. And then there's the second phase, which is like the full-size trucks, the Silverado 1500s, Ram 1500s, Ford F-150s, where it's like, you need a truck for the practicality, yeah, but you also want to be able to get work done with it. Maybe you're like a landscaper or something, and you just want to be able to tow some lawnmowers and things like that. And then there's the diesels, and those are, I think, are for the big guys, but the vast majority of diesel truck owners don't actually use them to their full capabilities. They just buy them for the clout. Either way, the first-gen Tacoma comes with a 3.4 liter V6, making 190 horsepower, and it is 4x4. It checks every single box on this list. I think they look absolutely incredible. They're extremely reliable. They're pretty much a Ford Ranger that looks better, if I'm being honest. Like, that's literally what it is. It's a Ford Ranger that looks better, in my opinion. They're like the exact same truck, and I think these things are freaking awesome. I want one. If it wasn't for the fact that I realistically should probably get a full-size truck for my next vehicle, I would probably have like a Tacoma. I don't know if it would be a first gen, but definitely would have a Tacoma. I should get a freaking V8 full-size truck, though. I really should. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the top 13 pickup trucks that I think you should buy for less than $10,000. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content such as these. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And yeah, dude, it is finally nice out. Dude, I've been complaining about it in every single one of my videos because I feel like I have the right to, man. It's almost June, and it's been depressingly dark, gloomy, rainy, and cold out. I was sleeping with 2 comforters on the other night. 2 comforters, because I was freezing cold. Like, it is so bad out recently, but now it's finally nice out today. So after I film this, I'm going outside. I'm going to try and fix my dirt bike. The chain is off my dirt bike right now. I'm going to try and fix that thing. The ground is still wet, so I probably won't be able to ride it today. Well, I might just grow a pair of nuts and ride it anyways. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to be doing something outside, man. I got to get outside, get some fresh air, man. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Go outside and enjoy the day, guys. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.